What's up, lads? Welcome to the video, and today we're showing how fucking awesome Sigma males is. So fucking cool. Number one of being a Sigma male, you gotta be thinking ahead. You gotta know what your enemies are thinking at all fucking times. Cause Sigmas don't get caught off guard. We're too cool. Insert Patrick Bateman edit here. Cause Patrick Bateman, he's the Lord and Christ. Our only hope for humanity. He's so cool. He's so cool. Even though the actor doesn't even like him, he's so cool. We love him. Second step of being Sigma, you gotta not believe what anyone else says. You can't do that because everyone else is out to get you, and we're so cool. We don't listen to them. We listen to ourselves because we're awesome, and that's about it. And we gotta dress awesome. Like, have you seen the drip? Fucking phenomenal. Look at this. Wow, yeah. It's a wild squad fam. Yeah. Subscribe. Come on, Sigma Male Tips. Yeah, yeah. So, why did I do that horrific intro? Now, today's Guff Monday is about this horrible trend, which is seemingly dying now, which I fucking beg, which would be good, is the Sigma male trend. So I'm pretty sure everyone already knows about it. Like, I think we've all seen the oddities of this little community in the internet, and it isn't it like it's some sort of shell for people with very frail confidence to kind of latch onto to make himself feel better and feel cooler, which I just feel bad for them, man. Like, why? What? I don't get how to some people get to the point of such low self esteem. They need to attach themselves to such a toxic and horrible community. Now, I hate the word toxic, but that community is just horrible, absolutely horrible. Which I I'd rather die. Like, I hope it jumps in a bin and sets on fire, and then a car hits it, because that trend altogether needs to die. Like, I think everyone I know could agree, or even people I don't even know. I think we can all happily agree, if or unalived, I guess. Uh, I think everyone would be quite happy. Like, sometimes you need a trend to die for something new to come in its place. And this a new thing might be actually cooler or nicer, and maybe a lot less, um, maybe a lot less, terrible for the world. So why am I talking about this today on this specific Monday? Well, I ran out of ideas. That's number one. But two, I've been seeing I've been seeing what it does to people, and it's not really great. Like, the people who have really attached themselves to this trend, they seem really alone and sad, which I have nothing but sympathy for the people who actually, like, just got dragged into this trend because they have no one else. Like, a lot of people just end up getting stuck to trends because they have nothing else, because they don't like themselves, which I think is really sad in general. Like, a lot of people don't like themselves, so they attach themselves to trends or hypes or something that's, like, justified in their minds, which I find equally as sad. But I do think that this trend is just harmful to them, because instead of hating themselves and everything to do with them, they've attached themselves to a trend that's going to make more people hate them. So instead of being a sad person who has no friends, you're kind of just a shit person who has no friends. Because by attaching yourself to such a trend, you kind of give the precedent to to a lot of people that no one will just like you, which I find sad. Continuing on, so I think this trend has really negatively impact people, you know, and the sooner it dies, the better, which I've already stated. But I do think the people who are in this community may need help. Therapy, that exists. Other ways of communicating with people. Maybe reach out to family, friends. Like I do think they may need a bit of a nudge on the shoulder from the good old family of next door to like you you might need a little bit support going on. Like you should try and maybe reach out to some people because if you really need to feel validated by a trend of people saying the world's out to get them, so fuck the world and anything to do with it, I'm gonna be a obnoxious, sexist, horrible piece of shit. Now I don't really like to use those terms lightly, but that's pretty much all the Sigma trend is. Especially when you glorify someone as like Patrick Bateman as a character, which in its conception is a horrible piece of shit. He isn't supposed to be cool. He isn't supposed to be this guy you look up to. He's supposed to be an evil son of a bitch, which may or may not have killed people in the end. If you've watched the film, I don't want to spoil it. But all you can really say is that Patrick Bateman, as the character, is a horrible human being. I think that's what everyone gathered with common sense. But for some reason, a lot of people have just attached themselves to this character because he has cool edits online, which sounds a lot more pathetic the more I'm talking about it. But also, it's really sad and kind of highlights the position a lot of people are in. Like when they have to attach themselves to a character of such low stature, you can really see that there's something wrong. There's really something wrong going on here, which is low self esteem, could be people bullying, could be just a horrible life in general. Which best of luck to you. I hope you get out of it, but like it is. I don't think it's good for you to attach yourself to trends that just hates women. Really. Now, I'm not saying everyone in the trend might not hate women. They might do, they might not, but it's really like worrying to see something like that because that's just like why it's just unhealthy for the human being. Like I hope some people are kind of self aware of that because if they're not, then you can really see the mentally unwellness in these people that they don't have the critical thinking to look into it a little bit further, do a little bit of research here and there, and yeah. So my take is I do hope the trend dies, like in a fire. Said multiple times already, but I'd like to reiterate this point. I'd love the trend to die in a fire. The trend, the trend, the word trend should appear here, not the people. Not about the people. I wish the people best of luck in the future. I hope they can find help. Help would be a great thing for them, and they could possibly find a future where they can strive as a human being and have a better social life. Because clearly they're surrounded by yes men, which is people who just validate every thought of yours and never question you. Or they don't have a great social life and they don't have many people. And the people that are there for them aren't really good for them, which I feel really bad for. Now I don't want to say anything else, but I do feel bad for people attaching themselves to these fictional characters. Which, hey, being attached to a fictional character, not bad at all, but it needs to be healthy. Like you need a fictional character who's been made to be a good character. You know, someone to look up to, like your Supermans, your Goku's, all those other characters. But a character like, well, I don't mean to reiterate the 50th point, the same point 50th times, but a character like Patrick Bateman was never supposed to be looked up to, ever. Like, I think if you ask anyone involved, they will tell you the same thing. He isn't supposed to be looked after. He's supposed to be an amalgamation of many just toxic traits, which is horrible, just horrible in the human mind. I would never think people would look at that and say, you know what? I want to be like that. That's the man I want to be. Why? He's cool. Like, really? Like, I don't see how you get to that conclusion, but I do feel bad for the people there. Like, I do wish, the people in that sort of mindset get help. I don't just look at a video and just go, he disagrees with my point of view. He must be a dickhead. I must ignore anything he says and say I'm right, you're wrong, because not everything's black and white. Sometimes you gotta look at one side, then you gotta look at the other side. Sometimes you agree one side fully, which uh, very limited basis on that. But most of the time, when you look at two sides, you see one has things you like, the other one has things you like. So instead of just picking a side, you meld those things together, and that's your point of view. That's why it's important to get every point of view, because there's tons. Everyone has a different view. It's not just everyone's this side, everyone's this side, black and white. So I do hope people in this sort of space and sort of mindset would look at someone criticizing it not as an attack on them personally, but as an attack on the trend and not on them as a person. And I do hope they listen to the fact when people say you should get help, maybe, or try and put yourself in a better surrounding, and hopefully you have a healthier mindset through that. I hope they look at that and it's like maybe this fella might have a point. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. But I do hope that someone just looking out. Just imagine you're a toxic male. Uh, Imagine you're a toxic male and you just fuck shit. Cut that. Imagine you're a toxic male and you find this video and you look at this video and you're like, this guy's made some valid points, but they're not the same as mine. Delete. Blocked. 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 Nope. 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 I hope you can look at the video, find some things you can critique about it, because it's not a good video. I kind of made this in a few minutes. It's not a good video by any means, but I do hope someone can look at it, critique it, and look into the good points I'm trying to make. I'm not the greatest at putting points out there, and I'm not greatest at sharing my point of view. I'm terrible at saying what I actually mean, but I do hope you can actually get what I mean, and I do hope someone can look at this, see the good, see the bad, critique the bad, agree, maybe think about the good, maybe think about both sides, possibly, and hopefully that is a thing. Yeah. Well, thanks for watching. Uh, I'll have another one next week, guarantee. I'm working on another big video, like the Sea of Thieves one. It's not super big, but it's pretty alright. It's on a game called Dragon Ball Fighters. You might have heard of it. It's a fun game. Bunch of me and my friends played it. I recorded it for funsies. I'll probably edit that down. Uh, I'll probably edit that down, get the footage out, and I hope to get that out sometime this week. I will try. And plus, I have a horror game in the works, which may or may not come out this week too. I'm hoping though, it should do. Realistically, if I'm not procrastinating and other things you can move aside, it'll happen. Mwah. Praise Jesus. Now, thanks for watching. Lots of love, and have a good day.